Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. I'm not done too much. I've got back's a little bit better now because I've been using the hot tub. But I'll just show you what I've basically been up to. I've had to use some 2-pack primers, and I just wanted to go through a couple of things. This is one that I used on the E-Type. This was a spare. Now, this is a very expensive way to do it, but a lot of times when you have to do your mix where you've got your paint and your hardener and your thinners, to blow a small amount, a little area in that you're working on to cover it from save you getting rusty, this is a cheaper option. But the problem with these is obviously because they're 2-pack, because they're a paint and a hardener, you've got to use them in one go, so you need to have enough area to use the whole thing up in one shot. This is Standox, which is what I use here, and is predominantly used in Austria, I think, in the car repair business. And the way this one works is you get like a little red button, and then you push it in too far. There we go. And you basically push that on the bottom there, and you shake the rattle can as you normally would vigorously, and then just before you're going to use it, you press this button in, or you can push it down on something, hold it in and rattle again. You can see it here, it's empty. That's one style. This is like a high build primer. This is another one. This is a little cheaper, and you can tell from the size of the can, and the button in here is very difficult to press. This one's much easier to do, but they're not cheap. I think they come in around €16 or so, and I think this one was about 12 or something. But it's a 2-pack epoxy with hardener and paint, and you can't go put an ordinary primer on. You could get a reaction with it, so you've got to be very careful what you do when you're doing your repairs. And obviously, if you leave a surface open and exposed, you're going to get micro rust in it. This is another product called Brunox, epoxy Brunox, and I use this in areas where you need to stop the rust, or you need to clean it first and then put this on. It goes like a purple colour. Excellent stuff, and it's the same as the weld-through primers. So this is one. This is another one. Inox, same company, Brunox, but this is weld-through priming, which is what you have to use if you want to get a good contact with when you're doing MIG welding or any kind of welding. If you want to prepare the surface where two surfaces are going together, if you put obviously primer paint on it, you're going to destroy it when you put the heat into it. So this is where you should be using the weld-through primer. So you put the weld-through primer on wherever the flanges are, and obviously paint anything that's not going to be exposed to heat. You can paint an ordinary primer. But this is really good stuff, this Brunox. Really, really good. It just encapsulates the rust, any micro rust anyway. You shouldn't leave rust on it. And I'll show you where I used it, and I'll show you what we've been up to. These are the side light pods. This is one style I got from one company of these side light pods for the XK 150, and then this is another style that I got, and you can see that they're quite a bit different. There's virtually no flange on these, and obviously these have to be adapted a little bit, but you can see they basically work the same way. So there are different people make different types of panels and things, and you have to be very careful. Anyway, I'll pick the camera up and I'll show you what I've been up to, and just wanted to go over that stuff with you. So if you have a look here, you can see that I've refitted the I'll just put this light on so you can see it. You can see there that maybe that's too bright, is it? I don't know. You can see I've refitted this wing support wing extension, because behind this here was very, very rusty. So I've put it all back in. You can see there's new, in fact I'll have to lift this up to show you. You can see, look, there's brand new washers in there, and that's all been primed up. Why you can see the screws there is because I want to line up the headlight pod, and I'll take this light out so it doesn't blind you. And you can see here, what I've done is I've used self tappers to put it in place, but you can see it's absolutely have to excuse the. You can see it's absolutely where I cut it with the spot weld cutter, and it's all been refabricated. Not completely finished yet. I just wanted to line it up just to see where we were with it. Obviously there's a piece there and there's a few bits I have to do. The side light pod again. There seems to be quite a few anomalies with these XKs about exactly where these side light pods go. I mean, I don't know how they did it in 1958, whether they did it by eye or they had something they put down on it, and I doubt they would have used some kind of jig. I think it was pretty much done by eye. With the headlight pods, it's fairly easy because there's a recess for them to sit into, but they can spring out. One of the things I did want to show you was I made a big mistake. When you can see, obviously this section is all brand new. I've had to build that. I bought a repair section, but half of it, you can see in there, half of it was rotten, which is where they normally go. And what I did is I actually stupidly, obviously when I cut this in half, what I didn't do was obviously this had flexed open slightly, and then I welded the new piece in. Then when I went to put the headlight pod on, or the headlight bowl, to check it, it wouldn't fit. So the best thing to do is, and I obviously did this before I put it on here just to check it, you can see that now fits perfect all the way around. I've got to do some repairs with lead and so on, but I'll do that all together because it's all lead all the way around here. And then, so what I had to do was when I had the headlight pod off on its own, I had to reshape it because the distance of the circumference in here was wrong. It didn't look right. So now you can see it fits perfectly. One of the other things I've done, which is to show you, you can see here, I've got it. This is a building laser. Now my feeling with this is it's got to look right, but if you look down there, you can see that line. I don't know if that's showing up, but hopefully it is. That line there and that line there all line up well. This one here is slightly out, but even so, and that's just a temporary, just to see where it sits. But you can see that all lines up. I hope that's showing. You can see that all lines up nicely. And with this one, you can see that it doesn't. You can see that line through there. Hang on. That line through there, you can see it doesn't line up with the back line. And I know that this has been replaced. You can see how bad the lead loading is in there and so on. I know this one had been replaced at some point. But they all seem to be a little bit different. This one's the same. If you look here, it's difficult to see on this car because that's badly dented in there where the wing mirror was. But once that's pulled back out, I'm sure it'll be fine. But you can see there that doesn't look right either. If you look in line, that doesn't look too bad. I think that'll come up right, but it's not in line with that side light, whereas it is on this one. Okay, that's not the finished. That's not exactly where it's going to go. But if you look there, you can see that it is actually in line with the centre, whereas that one isn't. So I don't know if there's any guys watching in there that have changed these pods, or XK150 guys who know the exact positioning. I mean, maybe there was, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 people doing this on the lead loading. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it on the XKs. On the E-Type, unfortunately, the tool for the spinner hasn't come. I think he sent it through the post, so it'll take probably 10 days or more. The last thing I got was that I got from this chap that I'm taking this to England for him because he's got a. I hope he's got the address. Yeah, he's got the address on it. And that took about 2 weeks to get here. Not the metal, just the piece of cardboard that he made up. So I don't know what's wrong with the post in the UK. He's got his address on that, so I won't show it. Yeah, so maybe it'll be here middle of the week with a bit of luck. Anyway, what I'm intending to do now, in fact I'll pick up the light because you won't be able to see otherwise. This, there we go. So, yeah, so as soon as I get it, I'll